Hello, namaste, and very good evening to one and all here. I'm Akshaya. Welcome to Leaders Connect 360 Foundation episode 256. Leaders Connect 360 Foundation is a non-profit organization aligned with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Our mission is to invite 1,000 plus leaders and create a million leaders. Every Wednesday, we come together from 6:30 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. on Zoom Live to gain insights from top management leaders and every last week of the month from authors. And once every quarter, we take it offline in different cities to network, support, and grow together. Leaders create more leaders. Before we kickstart the episode, a quick reminder. Please keep your videos on for an engaging experience. First time visitors, check out the WhatsApp, Facebook, and LinkedIn. This episode is being recorded for our community purposes. Now, let's see the energy high. If you're excited and ready for the impactful session, drop a thumbs up or a smiley. Wonderful. And before we go further, let me introduce our guest speaker for the day, Mr. Muthaiya Panneer Selvam, who is our Regional Director CIP, Planning and Supply Chain, Wieland Group, Singapore. He will be sharing his insights on the powerful topic managing cross culture. Let me also introduce our moderator, Mr. Pankaj Vyas, sir, Managing Partner, Bija Training, who will be interacting with our guest alongside our panel discussion leader, Dr. Ishwarya J, Corporate Trainer and 360-degree Assessment Specialist. Without further delay, let's get started. Over to you, Mr. Pankaj, sir.
Thank you so much, Akshay. Thank you so much. Good evening, one and all. I am Pankaj Vyas, Managing Partner, Bija Training Private Limited. I welcome you all on behalf of Bija Training, the Mass Leadership and Leaders Connect. Okay, and a special welcome to our guest, Mr. Muthaiya Panneer Selvam, for this Leaders Connect. Leaders Connect episode 256. And the topic itself is very interesting today, which talks about managing cross culture. And who would have been a better person than Mr. Muthaiya Selvam, as he is connecting us from Singapore, as he has been working with this company. So I believe he would be the right person to talk about the cross culture and have us a better understanding and a new perspective about the cross culture. Okay. So before we move forward, I would like to officially welcome our guest and our panel discussion leader, Ms. Ishwarya, through a mode of welcome video. So, Arul, can we have a welcome video for our guest and our panel discussion leader along with our participants? Thank you so much, Arul. So officially, I welcome you, Muthaiya Selvam sir, to the forum.
Thank you.
You are Leaders
Yeah,
Connect.
thank you, Pankaj. Yeah,
Welcome. So over to you, Ishwarya, to take the panel discussion forward.
Thank you, Pankaj. Hi, hello, good evening. This is me, Dr. Ishwarya. Thank you so much for accepting our invite, sir. Thank you so much. It has been a greatest pleasure for us to be a part of this. Yes, and getting into today's topic, like in today's world, we aren't just working with the people from the next desk. We are completely working with the people from different countries and completely different backgrounds. Sometimes, yeah, yes, in one culture might be something totally different in another. So,
yeah,
understanding these cultural vibes is key to making our team to work more smoothly. So, let us see the perspective of our guest speaker today. Guest speaker today? With that note, I shall enter into questions, sir. Shall we, sir?
yeah, sure.
Yes. So, so getting into the first question of today's episode is, what is the biggest challenge leaders face when managing cross-cultural functions, sir?
Yeah. First of all, thank you for inviting me for this session, and I hope this whatever I share today will be valuable for everyone here in this group. Um, as you have said, Aishwarya, so um, nowadays we are working remote, and there are colleagues who are working in other cities or in some other states or in other countries, right? So, and understanding the people, that means in different regions, what are their preferences and how they value, what are their values. These uh, are different from each other. And when you find this different, so for a leader, the first basic thing is to understand the different norms. So what is the norm for you and what is the norm for the other person? And yet you all of them have to work together. So then how do we find, first understand the norms and with these different cultures, and how do we come to a common point that we can work together? So that's the first basic thing for a leader. And if you look into that biggest challenges, I would split into first one is communication. So people either direct or indirect communication. So what does it mean by direct? Means some cultures they are quite blunt and open. For example, if a company is not doing well, so they will the superior or the leader just inform as it is, whatever they see it, and without any filter. They inform as it is. They tell this company at this moment we are making laws, and that's how we are running the show, and this is how. Whereas in other cultures, the leaders express in a different way. So that means in a more softer tone, that we have to work together to improve the performance rather than saying it directly. So understanding this is first most biggest challenge, because when I came from India, I try to tend to explain in a softer tone so that the team is not affected. Whereas I have to work with a Western guy, and this person just tell us bluntly, this is what we are doing, and we are not making it. And then, but for an Asian, so that could create fear for the people also. So that's one thing. So which cultures take in which way? So in which environment you're working? So that's one biggest challenge for us. And second is wherever we go in this world, English has become a common language. When you see this English, basically we are interpreting a person based on his fluency. And when a person is more fluent, and you try to, most of the people just judge them that they are eloquent and they are having a good skill set. Whereas if you have another person who is less fluent, and there are more likeliness that it is misunderstood, or that person who is less fluent is unable to communicate uh, what they are trying to bring across in a way, and that for the teams also, so they don't get this point. And also that even if this person is technically strong or skill wise, they have all skill set. So this is also in different cultures, it's common thing. And besides that, other points also with the languages, the tonality, and also at the languages at which uh, it's aligned with your mother tongue. Sometimes, when I speak, maybe it fits to my mother tongue, Tamil. So, and if a Chinese is speaking English, and it fits with his mother tongue. So this is also, there are so many things that even tied up with the English. So understanding, fluency, and finally that the level, the interpretation, definitely will vary with the native speakers. So that is also another biggest challenge for the people. And the third important thing what I see is hierarchy. So we are working two types of culture. So one is a flat culture, the other one is hierarchical culture. So hierarchy is one example is in some cultures we call our superiors as sir, madam, whereas in other cultures we just call by the given name. For a just Ishwarya, I call you Pankaj, Arul. Or even in some culture, they just have to call you with your surname. Only when I know you, then I can call you by your given name. So that means we have a mutual agreement. Maybe one day I tell, oh, Ishwarya, you can call me as Muthaiya. Until then, you have to call me as Mr. Panneer. So that's how cultures also work on hierarchy based, flat, and also some cultures work in this way. And the other basic also that I see is working attitude. When some in some cultures, the people subordinates try to come to the office before the superior is there, and then they leave after superior is leaving. So this is a kind of a culture you might see in some countries. Whereas in some Western countries, they to them is they just come in their scheduled time. They do not really have to think about what their superior is going to think of them. So this is also a hierarchy-driven things, which usually I see as a differences. Because if I put a person who just stick to the time, there was one colleague. He's a German, and he has to work with the Japanese. So the Japanese, everyone is just working from morning 7 o'clock, and the superior is coming at 7:30, and he leaves at 6 o'clock. The rest of them leaving at 6:30. But for this German, he was asking for his working time. So working time, my time is 9 to 6. So then he just stay there 9 to 6, and he always feel awkward. Why am I the last person to be in? And why am I the one to always leave first? So it took time for him, and it is quite difficult for him to fit into that culture. So after a while, he resigned from that company. So that's one other thing also with the hierarchical things. And the other important thing is when I find in the flat cultures, quite interesting, the superiors, at first, when I was promoted, I was unknowingly, unintentionally, I'm expecting my subordinates to come to my office and to talk about topics. And then slowly I have an opportunity to learn that my superior is coming to my office whenever he want to discuss. He's just discussing the topics to me. So that means it's completely different culture. So means the one is a flat and the other one is hierarchy. So thereby slowly I also try to learn, okay, this is the way that it's also good that you have to show some respect to your colleagues. It could be, then we try to find some common means and also create some comfort to the colleagues. So when I started to go to their table and discuss with them, so they also have the fear of bringing across their points, which are quite difficult to judge when you are in one culture looking at the other cultures. So these three, and one last thing I found is attitude towards the time. So time is also one important thing. When you look at people, the way they work, some people they just stick punctuality. So you have to be on time, they will come on time, and they will leave on time. Whereas the other cultures, it's not that they are not on time, so they expect you to understand when they are late, there is a reason they are late. So then you have to have an understanding. So that's about attitude towards time. So then what happens here is there was always a kind of labeling. So in this country, when we work with the different cultures, they will start to label, this person from this culture, um, they always come late for meetings, or they always find excuses for it. Whereas the other party thinks that there's some reason why I'm late. For example, in some places, they are born and brought up, and they actually it's a fair reason that there's heavy traffic, and sometimes they cannot manage, or even the bus is stopped. Last week there was an election. People even want to go and vote, and of course, even you cannot rely on the transport. You cannot get the transport, and it is not of a person related. It's something a system related. But still, when they even go to overseas, some of these things they carry on with them unknowingly, and they it takes time for them to some of to for especially for the leaders, as I mentioned, the leaders have to understand this, and without being judgmental, when you have understanding of these cultures, then you can bring across how can we find a common norm that fits to the team. So what I say is these are the four main things I see a big challenge for a leader to work with the cross culture. So finding what are the differences and to get the norm.
As you are rightly said, this hierarchy plays in communication is also playing a vital role in wherever we go. Yes, you are
Yeah,
rightly said, sir. Yes, moving on to the next question. How can an
yeah,
organization bridge communication gaps across different cultures effectively?
yeah. That's very interestingly in Singapore. Uh, with just one example with my team is I have at least eight language speaking and eight nationalities. So then what happens here is uh, example, I speak Tamil. When I speak another person who speaks to my same mother tongue, so I'm more inclined towards speaking with him in my mother tongue. And this happens with it's just about the comfort, and always we feel better if we speak in our mother tongue. So then this happens also with the Germans. They speak with their own mother tongue. Japanese are speaking with their, and so then what happens here is whenever I speak, I don't feel something bad, whereas the other feels they are left behind, or they do not know what we are talking about. And slowly started to see this even in the meetings. Everyone is sitting, and topics are on, and then I just sit next to my colleague. I speak and everyone talks, but some of them are not giving any inputs. Um, then this colleague got. I was asking even to him. So what exactly you are not giving any ideas to our contributions? Then he started to tell me, you only support this person because you speak same language, or he's from your nationality, and that was an eye opener for me. And then I called for everyone for a discussion, and then how do we bridge the gap? So the gap is that to find a common norm. So everyone here, we are working in a professional environment. We should respect everyone for what they are doing, and we start to communicate in English, no matter what you are in an official environment. English, simple English is even better than speaking in our mother tongue. So it took time, quite a long time. So because for the other colleagues also, they will tell you, I don't do something wrong, but again, it takes time, and they have to convince each and everyone and consistently follow up. And after we follow up on all this thing, so finally, at least it took 1 or 2 years to come to this common point of speaking in a common language. And that has built a lot of understanding between cultures, because simply without knowing anything, the other one doesn't need to assume what they're talking about. So this
Thank
one
you so
example,
much.
I would say, that can bridge
Yes, yes.
gaps.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing your live example because it adds value, sir. And
Yeah.
the third point is what roles does cultural awareness play in improving team performance and collaboration?
As I said, just one example is misinterpretations of the language, right? So then, if you are on the right language, the interpretations are less, and the wastages, wasting time, and value, and also this kind of issues resolve many difference of opinions, and people can come together, and they will the very interesting point is different cultures have a different value system. uh, for example, for us, we look at every issue in a holistic way, whereas the other culture, they are very specific. If you tell one, and they will give that answer very specific, very fast, right? So it when you get this with working with only one culture, also you have not being able to tap the talent of the other diverse cultures. So when you are resolving all these things, awareness, this improves a lot, and everyone will start to contribute, and each and everyone will learn from each other. For example, the other side as well also learns about how to be holistically working with the colleagues, because they are too direct, so they are too straight. Okay, you ask, I give, and when you ask, I give, then you have to tell me that I'm doing well. Whereas the other side is, whenever you ask, I will give more than what you ask. That's a holistic way also. So that's what I see is most likely we spend less time, and this less time also more involvement, and this involvement encourage people from diverse community to contribute to ideas and solutions.
Is so as you're pointing this hierarchical and communication gaps and all, I can clearly sense they would have create some conflicts between the teams here, right? So how
Yeah,
can a leaders can handle these conflicts arising from cultural differences in the workplace?
actually, that's quite interesting. Also, one as mentioned, there are many things we carry along. So we had one example. One colleague is talking to his superior um, for an issue. He's quite loud, and when he talks, because of his nature from that origin. So whatever they want to tell, they speak loudly, and where for the other party, they try to uh, work in a very humble and quiet environment. So talk politely. And for this situation, this colleague doesn't assume that it is disrespectful, and she wanted to give a warning letter to this person who speaks. So she thinks that he is not respecting me, and he is not uh, uh, willing to follow what I'm saying, and it's just because of being loud. And so when I was managing a production environment, I know about that kind of colleagues. So then I intervened there, and I had a chance to talk to them that, can we have one-to-one session? So in that one-to-one session, so please give uh, about what you about your background. So why are you talking loud? And then he was smiling and talking to the other person, simply like, superior, I have a huge respect for you, and the way I came from is quite noisy environment. When in our culture, when we talk loudly, only it is understood by the others. And then this other party Oh, okay, now I understand. And then finally, she was able to understand his point of view, and he also, we told to him, try to speak moderately. So because it's all about to listen. As long as whatever you talk, if I am able to understand, that's fine. Nothing else is needed. But it's just about how do we bring them together. So
Yes,
that
sir.
was one conflicting thing that we need to understand what about them. Once you understand, then it is easy to solve many of these issues. One other issue also I found quite common in across the world is the HQ mentality. Whenever you work, example, if you have people from headquarters, and example, if you are having a headquarters in Germany, and if you are working in Chennai, and the people, usually what happens here is the people tend to follow those headquarters people because they think in their assumption is more powerful. So this is also something, and the headquarters, the colleagues from there, they feel pride, and then they think they are the one to give all solutions, and whereas the other side is not having any solutions. And it also again, there was one session for 360-degree feedback, and then have to give feedback to them. uh, it's about sensing, right? So sometimes it's also my psychological safety. I don't feel confident then when I have to talk to this. There are too many levels of confidence, right? So we don't
Yes.
feel we feel the whites as more superior, or we also feel like this headquarter mentality. So this barrier I want to break, and then gave the feedback, and that from that feedback, like uh, instead of you talk first, would you allow us to talk first?
Hello, Mr. Yes.
And second is, can we have kind of rotational discussions, like chairing the meetings also. So the one side is chairing a meeting. It's not that you have to chair. So maybe we just put a round uh, on a rotational basis. So this time I will chair and the other person. So that means everyone feels that they are equally treated. And this also helps to handle conflicts.
Yes, so yes, I can easily sense this communication and hierarchy is these are all the basic steps. In that itself, you are facing so many conflicts and you are
Yeah.
having so many challenges to overcome. But what when it comes to inclusivity or cultural diversity, what strategies can companies to adopt to build an inclusive and culturally diverse work environment, sir?
Actually, this is quite, there are many things one can do. First is basically, I this is for multinational companies nowadays. They are doing this, and not sure how this is done in other environments. One example is, uh, we always have a team lunch, and that with a diverse team, not with again, when you see in also in overseas, um, Indians are clinging together while the Koreans together, and maybe the Chinese, or it is going by race by or language by together. So that helps for strategies like setting up team lunch, and that helps, and with the diverse team. So this is one strategy which I would recommend. And the other thing is recruitment. So in recruitment also, uh, when I am recruiting, again, when I see somebody who is from the same university or same school, or from same language, or even I might feel comfortable to recruit my own person because this is my comfort level of comfort. So but I might skip the other talent which even poses the same thing. So the strategy is uh, panel. So you have to get diverse people to be in the panel, and conduct blind resume interviews. Means you just sort based on what exact criteria you need. The rest of them remove. And this is one other thing also, helping by recruiting diverse teams. Besides that, also many things you can do. One other thing is, if a company says budget and allow for people to travel. So travel is one more important thing. When I'm staying here, I think this is the center of the world. When I travel the other part, then I am able to understand why they are reacting, and why they are so disciplined. One example, um, in Singapore, everyone throws the litter in dustbin. Oh, okay, that's okay. Then I was thinking this is better. When I went to in Japan, even that's even much better. You don't see even more dustbins. So people carry this to their home, and they keep it even more clean, the environment. So that means when you travel to the other part, even you find it even much more better. Then you learn, and then why and how they are, and the discipline of them. So many things you can learn. So the strategy is, you can do this team sessions together, and also in the meetings, in the beginning of the meetings, asking people to share about their values, and get the colleagues to talk about their race, cultures, and listening is very important. So this and interview panels and travels, all this we can implement as a strategies to build an quite an inclusive team.
Yes, sir. That was a great perspective. As you rightly said, every few things matter for any big things அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி like more
Yeah,
than a message, a method of conveying the message is more important. Even the tonality matters, and
yeah,
listening to the people is quite important for any leadership. That is a great perspective that has been shared by you, sir. Thank you so much for spending your valuable insights for us. Yes, over to you, Pankaj.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ishwarya, for having wonderful panel discussion. And thank you so much, Mr. Muthaiya, for bringing in, such a diverse thing in simple manner in just 25, 30 minutes. Okay. And yes, I truly understand. That's the reason I told you who could have been a better person to talk about cross culture as you are there in Singapore. And it's not only about the cultural difference among the country, but within the organization you have been talking about, among the people you have been talking about, right?
yeah,
And and it all comes from within. I mean, as an individual, okay, as an individual, it all starts from an individual, and that's where the culture is being created. When people around us, they start behaving in a particular manner, right? So that has been my understanding of cross culture. Let us see what people have understood. So we are going to have a quick quiz about what you have discussed so far in the last 30 minutes. So there's a quiz leader who will come and ask one quick question to all our visitors today. And any one visitor who will answer first, he will get a book from one of our author who joins us for Leaders Connect. So I would like to invite Miss Priya Sandeep as our quiz leader to ask a quick quiz question, and let's see who's the winner today. Over to you, Miss Priya.
Thank you, Pankaj, and good evening, everybody. Uh, Allow me to call him Anna. Anna, hope you remember me.
yeah.
Okay, thank you. It's a real surprise to see you and nice to hear from you. Great topic covered by you in a great way. Thank you very much. It was great hearing you. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, let's go to the quiz for the participants here. So yes, when managing cross-cultural teams, which of the following practices is most effective in bridging communication gaps? Four options: encouraging team members to speak in their native language during meetings, using simple, clear English and being mindful of cultural differences in tone and hierarchy, assuming loud communication is always respectful. This is the third option. And D, maintaining a strict headquarters centric approach without exposure to diverse cultures. I'll also put it in the chat box. Yes, we have already got the answers here.
Yes.
Okay, this time it is Nega Rubenson.
So even before you completed your
Congratulations, Nega.
question, Priya, people have
Yeah,
answered it.
yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
and although three people have answered in the same time, but the first one is Mr. Rega Rubenson. So congratulations, Nega, for being the winner today. Okay, and apart from the book which Mr. Arul will coordinate, you have another bonus in terms of unmute yourself and you can ask one question to our guest. Okay, so that's a bonus for you. So if you have any question, please feel free to ask our guest. Mega, you there? And if not, yeah, he's there, but I believe. Okay, so nevertheless,
Hello, yes.
yeah, hello.
Yeah, Paul here, Paul here.
Yeah, Paul San. So now
Right.
opening the forum for the open house. So we will have just 2 to 3 questions, not more than that. So participants and visitors who would like to ask questions, please unmute yourself. Have a crisp, concise questions, and you can ask to our guest, and then we can move forward. Please, yes, Paul San, go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Your session
Hi.
is very insightful. Actually, I learned many things. In that, your experience about some people are speaking louder. It's a
Yeah.
culture. They have some headquarters mentality. These all the barriers you have faced, but you have given a absolutely insightful answer to them by selecting out. You are asked for background check, and
Mm.
sometimes you ask for allow us to talk. Like that, you are using the phrase. Do you have any practices or it is comes from intuitions? So how to handle my this person like that, or how is your thought process, sir, to handle this kind of situation?
Yeah, there are two ways. So one is basically from the books. So how do you work with certain cultures? So that kind of things can be learned from books, from trainings, workshops about cross cultures. So if you're working with Japanese, what are the do's and don'ts? And if you're working with the Germans, what are the do's and don'ts? And if you're working in an Arab country, what are the do's and so this is the basics. And the second thing, what I mean is basically, if you are in a leadership is all about people. So when you are about people, you must really be curious if you are working in a cross culture. Curiosity gives you certain answers that makes you one step ahead of those who are coming from basic learning from the workshops and all. So this is what I would say, so the curiosity is first. And even besides that, there are so many perceptions of about people. So we must travel. So even for example, to my travel is I do my free and easy travel. I have traveled more than 40 countries. So when I hear about people, about okay, so these people are like this, they are arrogant, they are rude. But when you travel on the road, you are by yourself, and you know exactly reason why are they like that, and what is the reason behind it. And it's the same for I would encourage is one is by the books, and the other one is by your curiosity and interest about different cultures.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Great,
Welcome.
great. Thank you so much, sir. So is there anyone else who would like to ask question to our guest? Arul and Ishwarya, just check if there's any question, and if not, then we move forward.
Yes.
Then I would like to. Is there anyone?
No, we can move forward. Thank you.
So if not, then I would like to invite our summary leader, Ms. Baranika.
Yes.
Over to you, Baranika, for a quick summary, please.
Thank you, Pankaj sir. Thank you, Muthaiya sir, for this wonderful insights. Now let's quickly see the summary of today. The biggest challenge is communication, including language barriers, fluency, and differences in tone and expression. Leaders need to use simple, clear, and inclusive language to ensure everyone understands and feels comfortable. We also learned that cultural norms and work styles vary. Some teams follow hierarchical structures with formal behavior, while others follow a flat and informal approach. Understanding these differences and finding common ground is essential. Cultural awareness play a key role in improving teamwork. When team members understand and respect different values and working styles, it leads to better collaboration and performance. Conflicts often arise due to misinterpretation of behavior, such as tone or communication style. Leaders must handle this with empathy, clarity, and open communication, avoiding assumptions. Finally, organizations can build an inclusive environment by hiring based on merit and encouraging employees to gain exposure to different cultures through interaction and travel. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Veronica, for summarizing the entire session in just couple of minutes. Thank you so much for that. And as we move forward towards the end of the program, I would like to invite Ms. Ishwarya for the vote of thanks from Coimbatore. So Ishwarya from Coimbatore.
Hello everyone, good evening. I'm Ishwarya. When decisions are driven by clarity and data, organizations are better equipped to position talent and build resilient workforces. Let me quickly share once again the purpose of this thriving community. Leaders Connect 360 Foundation is a non-profit organization aligned with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We are a hybrid leadership community bringing leaders together every Wednesday from 6:30 p.m. to 7:15 p.m., where experts from diverse fields share practical solutions to real-time leadership challenges, just like the valuable insights we received today on managing cross-culture. Every last week of the month, we go a step further by inviting authors to share insights from their books, helping us evolve as leaders and lifelong learners. I extend my deepest gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Muthaiya Panneer Selvam, Regional Director, CIP, Planning and Supply Chain, Wieland Group Singapore, for his insightful and thought-provoking perspectives. A special thank you to our panel discussion leader, Dr. Ishwarya J., and our moderator, Mr. Pankaj Vyas, for steering today's discussion so effectively and making it truly impactful. And now, as a small token of our appreciation, we present a special thank you video to express our gratitude. See you next Wednesday. Until then, keep leading and keep growing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ishwarya. Thank you so much. So, Arul, can we have the thanking video for guest and visitors, please? Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, Muthaiya sir, for joining in. And we look forward you to be part of this community, Leaders Connect.
Welcome.
Okay,
Yeah.
because we do this program every week on Wednesday. And that is where we have completed almost 256 episodes. Okay.
Well, that's
So
great. Yeah.
and the target is to create 1,000+ leaders. So when
Yeah.
we have leaders like you, that really inspires more people to come, join, and grow with the experience and the learning, sir. So that
Yeah.
is where
It's
we expect to
actually,
be part of it.
thank you, Pankaj. Actually, it's a mutual learning, right? So in
Yes.
every opportunity, there is a learning for everyone. So I
Yes.
took this as an opportunity, and definitely there should be some value for all. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So we
One
look,
one last thing,
yes,
Aishwarya, when you mentioned Wieland, actually it's not Wieland, Wieland. So this
Wieland. Okay.
terminology is always how do we call, right? So
Yeah.
each and every culture is different. In Germans, they call V as F and J as Y.
Yes, yes. So thank you. Thank
Thanks.
you so much. Thank you so much. Have a great evening and best wishes to everyone out here. Thank you so much, sir, once again. Over to you,
Yep.
Arul. Thank you so much. Have a
Nice
great
evening
evening,
to all.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good day. Bye.
Thank
bye.
you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. Bye.
Thank you, Muthaiya. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pankaj, and thank you, Dr. Aishwarya. Thank you for
Thank
leading the session. Let me
thank you,
stop.
Arul.